In August 2025, Donnie McClurkin stood on the stage of the Schermerhorn Symphony Center in Nashville, Tennessee. He was there for the 40th Annual Stellar Gospel Music Awards. He spoke into the press room microphone. He smiled for the cameras. His 3 Grammy Awards, his 10 Stellar Awards, his 13 million albums sold, all of it intact. 5 months later, a lawsuit was filed in the Supreme Court of the state of New York. The lawsuit alleged that Donnie McClurkin had been sexually abusing a man named Giuseppe Corletto since 2006, for nearly a decade, inside his church, in hotel rooms across the country, during sessions McClurkin called spiritual healing. The lawsuit contains a document, not an allegation, not a witness account, a document written by Donnie McClurkin himself, in his own words. Corletto found it in 2025. When he read it, he said, "I didn't make this up. I wasn't crazy." He's literally admitting to his guilt. We are going to read that document in this video, every word of it. But before we get there, you need to understand who Donnie McClurkin is, not who his attorney says he is, who the record shows he is. Because the record is the reason this lawsuit is not just about one man and one accuser. It is about a system in which the product being sold, spiritual healing, sexual deliverance, God's power to change who you are, was allegedly being used as the mechanism for something else entirely. Before we dive fully into the case, tell us in the comment section, where are you watching from? Is it US, UK, Canada, Australia? These videos are covered by the ministry. Comment below. And most importantly, subscribe to this channel, because there is high chance you are not going to see us again. We do not speculate. We do not tell you what to think. We show you what the documents say, and we let you draw the conclusion. Tonight's investigation is built entirely on public court filings, documented statements, and the words of the people involved. Donnie McClurkin has denied every allegation in this lawsuit. His denials are in the record and will be presented in full. Giuseppe Corletto has filed a civil lawsuit in the Supreme Court of the state of New York. A civil lawsuit is not a criminal charge. McClurkin has not been arrested. He has not been convicted of anything. What exists is a court filing, an email, a timeline, a church that was told. That is what this video documents. In 2001, Donnie McClurkin published a book. The title was Eternal Victim, Eternal Victor. In that book, McClurkin shared his testimony. He had been sexually abused as a child by his great-uncle after his younger brother Thomas was killed in a hit-and-run accident when Donnie was 8 years old. His parents were consumed by grief. He was sent to live with nearby family, and there he was abused. That abuse, he wrote, led him to experience same-sex attraction. And then, he wrote, God delivered him from it. That testimony made Donnie McClurkin one of the most trusted voices in gospel music, not just for his music, for what the testimony represented. He was proof, living, breathing, Grammy-winning proof that a man could be hurt, could be broken, could find himself in a place he never chose, and God could change it. That message did not stay in the book. It became his platform, his ministry, the reason people drove to Perfecting Faith Church in Freeport, New York on Sunday mornings. The reason a 21-year-old man named Giuseppe Corletto walked through those doors in August 2003. Corletto had read the book. His story and McClurkin's story had something in common. Corletto told NBC News, McClurkin talked about being raped as a child, which resonated with me because that's similar to my story. He was struggling to reconcile his sexuality with his faith, struggling to understand who he was in the context of what he believed. And Donnie McClurkin had written a book that said God had an answer for exactly that struggle. After the service on August 3, 2003, Corletto was brought to meet McClurkin. The lawsuit documents what McClurkin said to him at that meeting. He prayed with him and assured him that he would deliver him from homosexuality. That promise, deliver him, is the hinge on which this entire lawsuit turns. Because what Corletto says happened next was not deliverance. It was the opposite, and it happened inside sessions that McClurkin called spiritual healing. Corletto began attending Perfecting Faith Church regularly after August 2003. By 2004, he was working as Donnie McClurkin's personal assistant. He traveled with him. He managed his schedule. He was professionally inside the pastor's world. During this period, McClurkin began what the lawsuit describes as Pray the Gay Away sessions, spiritual sessions, framed as ministry, framed as the deliverance he had promised. The lawsuit alleges that during those sessions, McClurkin groped Corletto's genitals without consent. These sessions took place, according to the lawsuit, starting around 2006. The abuse did not stay inside those sessions. The lawsuit documents a pattern of escalating assault across multiple locations over multiple years. During a work-related trip to California in 2007, a trip on which McClurkin had brought his then-girlfriend, the lawsuit alleges that McClurkin later forced himself on Corletto and raped him in a hotel room. The lawsuit documents further assaults in Florida, in Boston, in Niagara Falls, in hotel rooms during work-related travel, and inside Perfecting Faith Church. At the church, the lawsuit says, McClurkin would secretly grope Corletto before going to preach. Corletto says this caused him to cry during the service, and McClurkin, according to the lawsuit, would then use his tears. He would use Corletto's visible distress to encourage other congregants to openly express emotion. The tears of the man he had allegedly just assaulted became a pastoral tool. The lawsuit documents that Corletto attempted to quit his position multiple times. Each time, according to the lawsuit, McClurkin guilted him into staying. He would compare Corletto to biblical figures, specifically to Elisha and Elijah, the prophets who had a mentor-mentee relationship in Scripture. He told Corletto that his deliverance depended on staying connected to him. The book promised deliverance. The sessions were called deliverance. And now the man offering deliverance was telling Corletto that leaving would cost him the very thing he had come for. The lawsuit states that during this period, Corletto confided in church staff members about the alleged abuse. The lawsuit states what happened next in 4 words. No action was taken. The abuse, according to the lawsuit, continued from 2006 to 2015, nearly a decade. And what it did to Giuseppe Corletto is documented in what he told NBC News. He said the alleged abuse left him depressed and suicidal. He attempted suicide after 2013. He eventually left the church, left the relationship, left the life he had built inside Perfecting Faith Church. And slowly, over years, he began to build something else. He married, he found stability, he found himself. And he told NBC News this: "Ever since I did embrace my sexuality and stopped trying to change it, the weight of suicide has left." He had been trying to change the thing Donnie McClurkin's book told him was a curse. The thing Donnie McClurkin's ministry told him God could fix. The thing Donnie McClurkin's spiritual sessions were supposed to heal. He had given 12 years of his life to that promise. And the weight of suicide did not lift until he stopped believing it. Before we get to the document, the one Corletto found in 2025, there is a piece of public record that matters. In 2007, the same year the first hotel assault is alleged in the lawsuit, Donnie McClurkin's public profile was at his highest point. Barack Obama, in his first presidential campaign, featured McClurkin on a gospel concert tour in South Carolina. LGBTQ+ activists urged Obama to remove McClurkin from the lineup because of his ex-gay theology. Obama did not remove him. He added a gay minister to balance the lineup. Obama later told The Advocate that McClurkin was not vetted to the extent that people were aware of his attitudes with respect to gay and lesbian issues. The year was 2007. The same year the California hotel assault is alleged. The same year Donnie McClurkin was traveling with a presidential campaign and performing for national audiences. And the abuse, according to the lawsuit, continued for 8 more years. Corletto found it in 2025. He had not known it existed. When he found it, he said, "I felt vindicated in some ways." He's literally admitting to his guilt. The email was written in 2013. It was written in the aftermath of an incident in a hotel room in Niagara Falls, an incident that the lawsuit describes as a sexual assault. After that incident, according to the lawsuit, Donnie McClurkin sent Giuseppe Corletto an email. His attorney now calls the allegations in this lawsuit categorically false. His attorney says McClurkin did not engage in any form of sexual abuse, assault, or sexual coercion of Corletto. Here is what the email says. "I am the actual epitome of a desperate, dirty old man. Pawning and groping a young man who is just looking for a friendship and close platonic relationship with someone he wants to look to for help, guidance, and spirituality. I know I apologized for my wrong attitude from Wednesday, but I want to apologize for all of my behavior that has been wrong and put you in a wrong place. I have no one and feel it more than ever. But I was horribly wrong trying to force you into something that you were consistently saying no to. I am too old to be like this." Those are the words of Donnie McClurkin. Written in 2013. Found by Corletto in 2025. Pawning and groping. Forcing him into something he was consistently saying no to. Horribly wrong. His attorney's statement says, "At no time did Pastor McClurkin engage in any form of sexual abuse, assault, or sexual coercion." That statement was published in January 2026. The email was written in 2013. Both documents are now in the public record. You have read both. You can assess them. The lawsuit states that Corletto told church staff members about the alleged abuse. It states that no action was taken. This is a civil lawsuit. These are allegations. What is not an allegation, what is documented, is the institution's response to the lawsuit itself. When the Roy's report reached out to Perfecting Faith Church for comment before publication, it did not hear back. When People magazine reached out to Perfecting Faith Church, it did not immediately receive a response. When the Christian Post reached out to Perfecting Faith Church, it did not immediately receive a response. 3 separate named publications reached out to the church. The church did not respond to any of them. Donnie McClurkin did respond. He published a personal statement on January 8, 2026. In it, he said, This accusation of salacious engagement or any misconduct that harmed, exploited, or took advantage of anyone is emphatically untrue. He said he would cooperate fully with legal proceedings. He said, "I will be vindicated." He will be vindicated. The email says, "I was horribly wrong trying to force you into something that you are consistently saying no to." Those two statements exist in the same record. The court will determine what they mean together, but both are now in front of you. Perfecting Faith Church has a congregation of 3,000 members in Freeport, New York. McClurkin is also the founder and president of the New York Call, a coalition of 100 ministries throughout the New York tri-state area. 3,000 people who attend his church have not received a formal statement from the institution about what the lawsuit alleges. 100 ministries affiliated with his coalition have not received a formal statement. The institution has said nothing. Every document we have covered in this video, the lawsuit, the email, the church's silence, the attorney's denials, has a man at the center of it. Not Donnie McClurkin. Giuseppe Corletto. He was 21 years old when he walked into Perfecting Faith Church in August 2003. He had read a book that told him God could change the most painful and confusing part of who he was. He had a story that matched the author's story. Childhood abuse, confusion, a faith that said there was a way through. He believed the book, he believed the testimony, he believed the man who wrote both. The lawsuit says what happened next cost him 12 years. It cost him his emotional health, his sense of reality, his relationship with organized faith. It cost him a suicide attempt. Corletto is now 43 years old. He is married. He has built a life. His relationship with organized religion remains fractured. He told NBC News, "I still listen to praise and worship music." He did not say he still trusts the institutions that make it. He filed the lawsuit on January 2, 2026. It was filed under the Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Law, a New York law that provides a civil window for survivors of gender-motivated violence. The 2-year window under that law closed in March 2025. The parties entered into a tolling agreement that extended the statute of limitations, meaning both sides agreed in writing to extend the filing window, meaning this lawsuit did not come as a surprise to Donnie McClurkin's legal team. He told NBC News, "I truly did believe he was fully delivered from homosexuality. I still listen to his music." He paused, and then he said, "I still listen to praise and worship music." And then he said, "I still believe God heals." The faith survived. The institution did not. And the man who told him God would deliver him is now in civil court with an email in the record telling the world he will be vindicated. Here is what we know. A civil lawsuit has been filed in the Supreme Court of the State of New York. It is document number 1. An email written by Donnie McClurkin in 2013 is part of that lawsuit. It is document number 2. McClurkin has denied all allegations. His denial is document number 3. Perfecting Faith Church has not responded to 3 separate media organizations. That silence is part of the record. The lawsuit is civil, not criminal. McClurkin has not been arrested. He has not been charged with a crime. The court will determine what the documents mean. Here is what this video cannot resolve for you. It cannot resolve what happened inside those sessions. It cannot resolve why the church staff, if they were told, took no action. It cannot resolve the gap between the email's language and the attorney's statement. Those questions belong to the court. What this video can document, and has, is the system. A man built a platform on a testimony of deliverance. A man used that platform to position himself as the one who could deliver. A man's spiritual authority became professional authority, became, allegedly, the mechanism for something the lawsuit calls years of abuse. And the institution around him, the church, the coalition, the staff who were allegedly told, chose silence. Not because the record is unclear, because the record is exactly what it is. Subscribe. Notifications on. Drop in the comments, where in the world are you watching from? And tell me, the tolling agreement means McClurkin's legal team knew this lawsuit was coming before January 2026. What does it mean that the church has still not issued a statement to its congregation? I will be reading every answer.